May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We're looking at the pound USD. The pound USD. We're going to run through this. Very similar to the Euro USD. Matter of fact, look, this is the monthly time frame, and you can see that we are in a descending channel, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Did that one actually take out that high? Here? This one, yeah, it did actually. All right, so we got lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and lower high. We are respecting highs. We are respecting the highs, respecting the highs, respecting the highs. Right now, we are respecting the highs. We are at the high of this descending channel, and this is the resistance line of that descending channel. I'm expecting this to be a potential lower high for the next lower low. All right. But I will tell you that the pound USD is moderately, I say, bullish. You can see how it's been moving. All right, taking out the highs, taking out the highs, taking out the highs on this pullback. But I call it a pullback. Why? Because at this low right here, which took out this low, all right, swept that low, pushed up, and then down, trading below this low. This is a break of structure, folks, and this says we are bearish. Point blank and simple. Yes, this begins the pullback, but we have to wait until we see an indication by the market that this pullback is over. How do we know when it's over? When we see a definitive move to the downside. What is a definitive move? When we see this consolidation, see a candle body close below the low. That's it. See how it swept the high here? It swept the high. It didn't trade through it with volume. All right. Now, what I like to point out is, ooh, look at this bearish engulfer here. Ooh, but there was no follow through. Just went into consolidation down and up. Got a gap down here. Ooh, look at this. Another engulfer, but going the other way. Would I be surprised if we see a move down from here? No, I wouldn't. All right. But what I want to point out is on the bullish case is that we just missed touching the top of the descending channel at the resistance line, but this may be close enough. This could be considered a touch, and that we may see the market round over from here. That's possible. All right. But in order for the market to continue higher, we need to see a close above that high. All right. The high is at, let's see, let me make sure I get it. 1386. Yep. 1386. All right. We need to see a close beyond that. We need to get up here to say, oh, we're bullish. We need to break this high that created that last break of market structure that led to the last break of market structure to the downside. We got to take out this high. And that's when we can say, oh, we can start looking for buys only. All right. Wait for a pullback and then we can take off. All right. But right now we're in a pullback and we haven't seen the pullback end yet. An end would look something like that. You understand? That's when we end. Now, if the market comes down to this bullish fair value gap, we've already taken that, or we've already traded from it, moved higher, took out the high. Yeah, I don't expect this to hold anything. The imbalance, where is the imbalance? The imbalance is down here. And that should be a draw on liquidity. Taking this low out would indicate with volume that we are heading bearishly. All right. And we are at the resistance line. So I am looking for the market to turn around bearishly here. Now, here's the deal. Because we have a bearish break of market structure here, that low, all right, which broke the previous low. Boom, boom. All right. And I'm looking at this as a pullback. You measure the pullback from the top to the, come on, man, what is this? Measure the pullback from the top to the bottom, and you move it out to the side with your Fibonacci retracement tool, and you want to see the uh, this area here. This is the OTE levels, optimal trade entry. All right, and the optimal trade entry, the last level is 786 Fibonacci retracement level, and you can see we're paused around here. All right, if the market is going to continue higher, we got to see a close above that high. I already gave you the numbers. What was that 1386? All right. Um, we got to get below the 705 first. We got to get below the 705 first from the 786. That would indicate for me that this pullback is ending. Unfortunately, this move here is where I get my confirmation. All right, but it will take months to get down there. I'll be looking for nothing but sells from down there. But here would be the market structure shift that I'd be looking for immediately, the change of character, if you will. All right, and this is a great place for it to happen, right around that 786. We're dancing around it, but I need a candle body close below it. If we go to the weekly, I spent too much time on that. If we go to the weekly, get rid of this Fibonacci. All right, you can see last week closed just like it's a little. This is a little stronger market than the Euro USD. I want to show you something. Look at the Euro USD. You see how we have this break and close with volume below the low of the consolidation. This is why I have a bearish outlook for the Euro USD. I'm looking for the market to turn over right here. We don't have that with the pound. Look where this is here, and now go to the pound. That is a higher low. All right, we are diverging here. This is a divergence. Okay. Uh, uh, so, if I'm going to take a short in either one of these markets, it'll be with the euro. If I'm going to take a long, I'm going to go with the stronger one, which is the pound. The only way I'm going to go with that long is if the market closes above that high. I would look at that as we head towards these descending highs and this high. This is the one that we have to break. This is the one we have to break. 386. Let's call it 387. All right. Let's if we don't get past that, if we don't close with volume past that to break this the resistance line of this descending channel, I'm not interested in buys. All right. Now, I'll tell you where I would be. All right. There is a fair value gap here on the weekly, as you can see right here. That if the market pushed down to that, I would be looking for a buy model to form so I can take a long. And that's the only time I would take a long in this market. If it continues up higher from here, I'm not taking a long from here. Just not doing it. All right. Just not doing it. All right. The low break here, the break of market structure was here, right? It looks like the market said, okay, we're trading below these lows. This was our change of character, the change in the state of delivery, if you will. But from here, the market took out this high. That kills my thoughts on that. This looks like top and bottom of consolidation, and we only swept the high. So we come back down. We make a market structure shift here once we took out this last relevant low before the high was taken. Once we got past here, I said, I can look for some low for this as a pullback. Sure. Where do we go to? Look at this. We got this order block here. This is a bullish order, a bearish order block, a bearish selling zone, as if you want to call it a selling zone. All right. The market rejected from that area. We tried it once once we mitigated the bearish order block. We have an inside candle, which was the previous week. All right, inside, usually indicates consolidation and or the market is changing direction. All right. And then we had this close, a close last week within the range of the, the 2 weeks prior. All right. If the market was to continue higher, why didn't it close up here with volume? Why didn't it close above this high from 2 weeks ago with volume? It closed back within the range. This is indicating some kind of weakness to me. All right. Until we can break this high, then I'm not of the I'm not buying in the pound. I'm not. I need more confirmation. I think this is actually going to turn over. This change here, this market structure shift there, looks like a you can see it. We have a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, and a lower low. That is a signature. That is a signature for lower pricing to come. You have to take it with a grain of salt because it's in a consolidation and things change because this is kind of choppy. Higher, lower, blah, blah, blah. All right. I like the fact that we came back up to the middle of this consolidation. I like the fact that we did that. The middle is pretty strong. Pretty it usually gives an indication. If we're going to go up to the top here and we respect that high and we come up into this rejection block uh, and not exceed that high, then that's when I'll look for a sell model. But I'm looking for that sell model from here to that area. All right. I'm looking for the sell model between here and this area. That's it. I'm looking for a sell model here until we see this high taken out. If I'm going to take if the sell is going to show up here, uh, it'll show up between Tuesday and Wednesday. If I see a sell model show up here, it'll happen between Tuesday and Wednesday. The market will push up higher, maybe respect the mean threshold of this wick, and then turn bearish, turn into a bearish candle, and we start to see the direction, and we'll see the market heading down to that fair value gap. If we go down to the daily, this is what I'm talking about. No follow through. Look at this. No follow through. This was a bullish engulfer. This was a bullish engulfer. Look how it took out the previous down move. All right. It closed above it, above this small consolidation here. But the next candle, Friday's candle, was bearish. I'm looking for some follow through. Are we going to see the market respect the bullish fair value gap here? Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Will it see the market respect this here? Come on. Why won't you do it? All right. Will we see this where it respects the bullish fair value gap on the daily and comes up and pushes up higher? It could. All right. If it does, fine. I'm not taking the buy here. I'm taking the buy. I'm not going to take that buy. All right. You can if you want to. Take it up to these highs. This one, these two. All right. But this doesn't look like the launching pad for that. You understand? I don't want to take buys like I showed you with the Fibonacci retracement tool. If you go to the top and bottom, here, here, this is the optimal trade entry area. All right. We hit 705 directly in the middle. If the market continues down from here, this is a great area to start looking for a sell model. But wait for this bullish fair value gap to fall, because if it falls, if it fails to hold, it'll be used as resistance in a inverted fair value gap form, and we'll see that the market will use it as resistance and continue down to the weekly fair value gap right here. This is an imbalance that needs to be balanced. You understand? This area is where the market is going to use as a DOL, a draw on liquidity, in my opinion. Look at these lows. Those are relative equal lows. I'm looking for the market to push down. If it pushes up from here, I don't want to take a buy above the 50% of this trading range. You understand? This is premium where you want to take shorts. This is discount where you want to take longs. You understand? If I'm going to take a long, I'll wait till it gets down here where it needs to rebalance. That's it. I hope you get it. I hope you got it. If you don't agree, or if you see something different, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. All right. But we're going to watch. That's the daily fair value gap. I'm getting rid of that. This is the 4 hour fair value gap. If the market is going to respect that area, what was that about? The market is going to respect this area. It'll turn up here. It'll turn up here. I drew this on the up the other fair value, up the other time frame. All right, but this looks like a sweep of the consolidation high, and we may see the market come for these relative equal lows into this area where it needs to rebalance price. That's what I'm looking for. All right. That is what I'm looking for. But if I'm going to take a short, I'll probably take it in the euro, which is weaker. Look at the setup in the week in the euro. All right. There was a break of market structure here, and we have the pullback. This turned around just like it was supposed to swept these highs, came down. We, we, we're looking for this as a pullback. Are we going to hit this area that needs to be rebalanced and head towards these ascending lows? I'd rather do that in the euro as opposed to the pound, but this we'll see if the fair value gap holds. The bullish fair value gap holds. All right. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Hey, go check out the other videos that I put out today, which are the Euro USD and the US dollar analysis. You want to check those out so you can have informed trading ideas for the week ahead. I'll see you in the next video. May profits be upon you.